Orion behind the cage. Dash to his right and wraps it around to the goal. Lovo, O'Reilly, over the top. Roy ready, shot and score. Gets around Wheaton, off the bounce, shot and a score. Wow. Levine with some speed. Levine fakes a pass. Levine all the way is going to fire and score. Up top, Druin. He wants a shot, and he's got it. Wow. Meanwhile, Arbusto. One-handed shot. He's up and in. With an extra man. Bouvier sniping. Top corner. Sophomore goes back to it. Enzo turns and scores. Now inside of 4 minutes. Who's the man? Spellman's the man. That's who. Clark on the run. Shot and score. Meanwhile, Durkin to the cage. Shot and score. Chase. Extra feed. Shot and score. Game over. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Portsmouth. Nick and Astis, Roger, how with you? It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week between the Portsmouth Clippers and the Winnacunnet Warriors. It's opening day statewide, and what better way to usher in the new season than with a rivalry game here on the Seacoast. It's Division 2, two of Division 2's best, squaring off here in a battle over town lines. Portsmouth, the two-time defending champion in the division, looking for a three-peat under head coach Chad Fisher. Winnacunnet, of course, they've been competitive all throughout head coach Pat Snow's tenure, and they bring a lot back, particularly on attack tonight. So anybody's guess here, Roger, as both these teams look to find out a little bit more about themselves in the season opener.
Yes, indeed, and it's good to be back. Good to be back on the Seacoast. Good to be back with you. Good to be back on any lacrosse field, but especially this one. This is an exciting place to be. So we're looking forward to a great 2023 season. Both teams lost some big guns on their team last year. No more Dom Molinardi for the Clippers. Zach Amend, who was a force in every game that we watched last year, will certainly commandeer the offense. And then on the Winnacunnet side, they lost a couple of really good attackmen last year. They lost Tucker McCann, who had 4 goals in the game that we did early on in the season against Timberlane.
Right.
And Colin Kimball, a senior who has graduated on attack, that had 7 goals in that game. So that leaves it up to the one and only Caleb White on attack to kind of hold up the boat for the Warriors going into the offensive side this year.
Brutal schedule out of the gate for Winnacunnet as well.
They ended with a brutal schedule.
They face, obviously, Portsmouth tonight and then Derryfield coming up
That's right.
later this week. The Clippers, again, looking for a three-peat here as they get set to open up the season on their home turf. It's a windy night, a little bit overcast, and it could get cooler as the sun continues to set. When we come back, opening face-off here in Portsmouth between two bitter rivals, Winnacunnet and Portsmouth. That is next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, summer and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
Well, we welcome you back here to Portsmouth. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance, Winnacunnet and Portsmouth. Two of the best teams in Division II. Clippers looking for a three-peat, and Winnacunnet looking for a road win here to kick off a tough schedule. A gathering crowd. Again, overcast skies, a bit windy, but been a nice week so far weather-wise, and opening week statewide. Should be pretty nice with temperatures in the 60s, 70s, and maybe 80s towards the end of the weekend. Got ourselves a turf field here, Roger. As we know, that's potentially an advantage for a team that maybe is not quite used to playing on it. Pat Snow said that early on in the preseason, his group rented a field to try and get used to it. Of course, Winnacunnet plays their home games on grass, but does that factor in your mind at all tonight?
In my world, especially when I played, more so than when I coached, I hated to go from a turf field that I played and practiced on and then go to natural grass. The effort you need to put into cutting, turning, accelerating, ground ball work, all of that stuff on natural grass, especially if it's not cut low like turf would be, very low. It's harder. It absolutely is harder. I saw it at Bedford High School coaching those teams. We'd go to Oyster River and those places, and the field was just a nemesis for us. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal in this game for the Warriors to come on to Portsmouth's turf field and deal with that. Not at all.
Lights are on here. Starting lineups being introduced. A decent-sized student section off to our left, dressed in mostly white, cheering on the Clippers behind their bench. And it looks like mostly parents over to our right behind the Winnacunnet sideline.
Come on, Hampton, let's get up here.
A short drive up 95.
Not like you're coming to Derryfields.
Both these teams in the coaches' preseason top 10. Portsmouth coming in at 5, just behind Derryfield at 4. The Cougars were the top-rated Division II squad, and Winnacunnet rounded out that top 10 as number 10.
Yeah, and I mean, how do you peg that at this point in the year? You're kind of going on what you had last year. That's a coaches poll, so I mean, a lot of those coaches that vote in that are coaching year-round now. They are involved in all of these leagues, and that's probably a pretty good place to be.
Let's go down to the field now for the national anthem. Game time here on the Seacoast, kicking off opening day statewide. Nick Anastas, Roger Brown with you. Roger, how?
How?
That won't be the first time I do that.
No, you get it out of your system early.
We are set here with two officials tonight on turf, as we mentioned. Portsmouth, many consider the favorite tonight as the two-time defending champions. They're led by the aforementioned Zach Amend, the standout midfielder, and also Nick Smith, widely regarded as maybe the best face-off man in the division.
Wow, after J.J. Murphy left the scene last year and for BG, that kind of left Nick Smith in my mind, along with Logan from Derryfield, who was a pretty decent face-off guy. But
Cole Frank.
Yeah,
Cole Frank, too.
Yeah, Cole Frank. I forgot about Cole. That's right. But, yes, we saw him 2 or 3 times. I saw him another time when they played Exeter. He's just excellent. And he's a two-way midfielder, too. He does not come off.
Gave the Clippers a significant advantage in the championship game victory over Derryfield back in June. And is back along with Amend at midfield, surrounded by their teammates here.
Yeah,
for the opening festivities.
Sorry about that.
Yep.
He went 21 out of 30 in face-offs in the championship game last year.
All right, they touch gloves and we're ready to go. Warriors in their road blues, led by head coach Pat Snow, who is down on the sideline roaming, clapping his hands. Going to shake hands with Coach Fisher. Those two are close off the field and have a lot of respect for one another. All right, Portsmouth in their home whites. They will operate left to right in this opening quarter. And Nick Smith is going to start the game 1 for 1. His good friend Zach Amend able to pick it up on the roll, and Portsmouth comes out on the attack here in the game's first possession.
There we go.
Winnacunnet. See what they look like defensively tonight, Roger. Talked to Coach Snow yesterday. Known for the zone, played a lot of man last year. Never quite know what look the Warriors will throw your way.
Well, that's true. And on the weekly show last night, I heard Coach Cameron mention that in his comments. And I don't recall them playing zone much of anything last year. They were man-to-man almost the entire season.
Clippers going to come out with patience here as this goes around the horn. Winnacunnet giving some room on the perimeter. And Amend now going to jog to his left. A minute gone by, opening quarter.
Yeah, pretty standard 2-2 here for the set. Watch the pop.
This is Ben Purcell trying to make a move. Defender slips. Shot comes in low. It's stopped. It's on the doorstep. Ball still loose and then gathered up by the goaltender. Quick outlet. That's Noah Andoranko, who's junior, who made a pretty good stop there. Now Winnacunnet in transition. They're going to settle in for their first possession.
Yeah, and he followed up the rebound, and he scrummed that ball back into his cross and had a nice clearing pass. Good way to start off your starting career.
The first varsity start in net tonight. Got an inexperienced defense in front of him as well. A lot of those kids were on the JV squad a year ago. Coach Snow got some veterans, though, on this end here. On the attack, it's going to draw the game's first penalty. Start and stop, wraparound shot, stuffed. Ball loose again, weak side. Second try, ends up back into the stick of the Winnacunnet attackman, Tanyan Zielkowski.
Yeah, that's where they want to settle down, just like that. Just like that after gaining possession with the flag down.
Up top, this is Antonio Franciosa, the captain. And finally, the whistle will bring a stoppage here with nearly 2.5 gone by. Again, a Clipper penalty on the way.
I think it's number 4. I think he's going to get a slash here.
That's Macy Schoen, one of the
slash
developing stars in the eyes of Coach Vischer. Youngster made a penalty there, has a quick word over his left shoulder with the longtime coach. But this puts his team at an early disadvantage here as Winnacunnet looks to capitalize on the EMO.
All right, let's see what they got going here. Good rotation there.
Looks like the Clippers packing it in. Up top, Ryan Ciolfi, one of the veterans, near side. Think about the shot. A bouncer goes off the crossbar. Looked like he wanted the corner there and just an inch or two off. Pretty good shot attempt by Caleb White.
There it
in
is.
transition, and then finished off at the doorstep, Noah Garofalo. A quick turnover. And the EMO goal on the board for Winnacunnet less than 3 minutes in. It's 1-0 Warriors.
Well, hey, they swarmed on this shot after it bounced out off the crossbar. That was not in the goal. And they just swarmed in. And they caught the Clippers way up in the box on defense there. Good look inside.
So Garofalo makes it 1-0 Winnacunnet. And this growing crowd here in Portsmouth, quiet, at least for the moment. Nick Smith trying to change that, but the junior, can't rally it in. Now another flag's going to come. Little rough stuff there on the far side of the field. Amend is going to keep it going for Portsmouth.
This is going to be on Winnacunnet, Nick.
So one each way. And the Clippers again looking to orchestrate here.
Big open set here. Watch the cutters.
Clippers looking for spacing. They'll reverse it.
They're playing zone now.
Everybody with a touch here for Portsmouth, including Lucas Patton, the midfielder. Playing catch now with Amend. 3.5 gone by. Clippers looking to tie the game at 1. On the move, Patton to his right, gets the step to the goal. Ball came out of the stick a little early. Amend backs him up. Now Amend a one-on-one here. Goes to his left, looking to shake and bake, split. Bouncer goes over the crossbar. Backed up deep behind the net by Lucas Patton. Make that Purcell. Now a step here for Keegan Delisle.
Still no possession.
Shot, score. Kind of a tough angle there on the far wing. It's James Buchan. Midfielder able to line that one up to tie it at 1.
Yeah, he just went low on that. I think there was a pretty good screen in front of the goalie on this, and I don't think he really expected him to take this shot. Late slide. Yeah, I think he caught him off guard.
So we're tied at 1.
And it looks like that penalty is going to stick. That was a personal foul. I didn't see the call, but it is on 97, Jacob Magri.
Magri, the junior, and one of the few veterans to come back on defense. A little too aggressive. Winnacunnet's going to win the faceoff. They're first. After Nick Smith won the first 2, Antonio Franciosa gets revenge, and now a timeout is called early on here by Coach Snow as we approach the midway point first quarter.
Probably a pretty good place to take a timeout. First game of the year. You're a man down in the box. You get possession on the faceoff. I can guarantee that the discussion in that huddle right now is let's possess the ball, let's get it down low, let's get it hopefully behind goal line extended with a couple of attackmen, and let's hold on to that ball and kill some clock.
Well, I think Coach was looking to find out more about his guys this week with that tough opening couple of games tonight here at Portsmouth, then at Derryfield. They did challenge themselves with some scrimmages. Played Bedford, played out of state against a team from Maine, and held their own in both those contests. And Coach seems like he likes what he's got. It's a good group of kids that are looking to learn and looking to get better.
Yeah, and I was at that Bedford-Winnacunnet game, and Winnacunnet went up early. They went up 3-0 on the Bulldogs. I believe it was 7-4 or 6-4 at halftime, and the Bulldogs just they poured it on in the second half, and they actually hit the pipe 8 times in the entire throughout the game. So it was a pretty good day for the Bulldogs, but I did watch closely what Winnacunnet was doing out there, and they've got some talent out there, like Coach Snow said.
All right, Winnacunnet off their face-off win. Going to look to retake the lead here.
Roll back here.
Winnacunnet still short-handed.
That's Jackson all over him.
That's Gunnar Jackson. Perhaps Portsmouth's best athlete. Very good football player. Going to head to UNH in the fall and may or may not try out for that club team with the Wildcats next spring. But either way, he's made an impact here during his time with the Clippers.
Yeah, the UNH squad, club team, MCLA candidate, and CCC.
Meanwhile, on the slide, the long pole, trying to poke it away from Franciosa, but he does a good job holding on to it. And now we're back to even strength here as we approach the 6-minute mark, first quarter.
Well done, Warriors. Kill that penalty.
So Lucas Botnick, another one of these youngsters, cutting his teeth, the sophomore getting action. And now Zalkowski with a trot to the far side. He's shadowed here by Max Diep. Coach Fisher said he expects big things from Max.
Yeah, he's
this year.
also going to be, he's the backup Fogo. He's also going to play some short stick midfield.
Turning on the gas.
Boy,
Tough angle shot there from Botnick. And now still up for grabs behind the net. Jackson comes up with it for Portsmouth. We get a whistle, and it's going to stay here with Winnacunnet.
I like the take on that shot, though. Even though he missed the net, he had the whole far side right there to himself.
Game tied at 1. Winnacunnet opened up with an EMO goal from Noah Garofalo. James Buchan
big take.
answered a moment ago, and
Big
now Winnacunnet's going to retake the lead.
Cialfi with a blast.
The senior midfielder, Ryan Cialfi, got a good look there. Had some speed on that shot, and the Warriors retake the lead 2-1.
Ryan Coakley, number 73.
Yeah, that was just a run and gun right there. He just reached back and got his arms extended nicely. Get about 10, 12 yards out and ripped it.
Looks like the start Coach Snow was hoping for here. 6 minutes in at least, 2-1.
Yeah, and I got to think that one of the things on his whiteboard before this game was ball control and just possess the ball as much as you can and get good takes.
Smith wins another at X, but loses the ball from behind. Poke loose on a good defensive play there by Franciosa. Now on the run, this is Magri, the defenseman. Short pass near side, trying to hook up with White. It's broken up and stolen by Amen.
Oh, nice play.
Finds Jackson, and then his pass batted down near midfield by Zalkowski. Big collision, and then scooped up by the long pole here for the Clippers.
Look at this, 2-on-1.
And now numbers. Quick shot.
Oh!
Goes over the top of the crossbar. Goaltender made that man miss, and ultimately it works out for Winnacunnet.
Yeah, smart play by Noah there. Just came in really hard on him, anticipating the pass inside.
Now a little bit of a ride here. Good job by Zielkowski. Avoids a man, steps over midfield, now trying to spin away from the defender. And a flag is thrown. Move inside of 5 minutes first quarter, whistle coming here. And I believe a penalty on the way against the Clippers. It'll be their second.
Yeah, not quite sure.
Amend going to trot immediately into the penalty box and take a knee. No argument from the youngster.
Slash, yep.
So 3 penalties combined through the first 7 minutes of the ball game.
Not too surprising. I mean, first game of the year, getting your legs back.
Expect a number of whistles perhaps tonight?
I hope not, but I mean, it's not.
Got Pat Richard down there on the field.
Pat Richard, not quite sure the other referee, but yeah, Pat's one of the best in the state.
Winnacunnet looking for their second EMO goal. Trying to go up 2 for the first time. Going to whip it around. And now slow it down. Cialfi near side for White. Keeps it over that right shoulder. Near side wing.
Oh, inside.
Drop down to the post. Shot and score. That's the second goal for Garofalo. Noah Garofalo. After some good movement there from the Warriors, able to cash in on another high percentage look. And it's 3-0 Winnacunnet. 3-1.
What a patient man up this is, and it's just a well-executed rotation of the ball. You get the defense moving up high, and it goes right over the goalie's right shoulder. Beautiful play.
Warrior bench excited. Coach Snow trying to direct things in real time. Another quick shot off the face-off, and this one is true. It's Ben Purcell. Smith providing his fourth face-off win. An instant opportunity, and the Clippers cash in to cut the lead in half. Warriors still on top 3-2.
I mean, what do you say? I mean, you win the face-off, you hit the attackman, and he just rips it. Good play by Nick.
Second shot for Purcell, who gets his first goal. And it's now 3-2 as we head towards 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Another win for Smith. He's now 5 of 6 at the X for Portsmouth. Coach Fisher going to shuffle the cards. Coach Snow brings an extra defender on. And now we've got the 6-on-6 ready to go here inside of 4 minutes. Portsmouth a chance to tie. Well, both teams content here. Warriors have kind of packed it in defensively. And Portsmouth has had a couple of lengthy possessions here in this first quarter.
Well, the Warriors are in zone again, and the Clippers just stay in that circle until they can just draw a guy inside like this.
Amend finds his man. The shot goes, I believe, off the pole, or was that kicked?
I think it went off his knee.
If so, it's the second save in net for Andronako.
We're going to get a penalty here.
Another flag is down along that far sideline.
It's going to be Tim Colmorgan, I believe.
Perhaps the second Warrior penalty on the way. Seen 2 against Portsmouth so far. 3 minutes first quarter. Got a good crowd here. Wasn't too sure as we approached the opening face-off, but it's filled out nicely here since.
It has. It has. This is the man they want with the ball.
It's Amend. Going to direct traffic with his left hand. Finds Purcell, and now Purcell going to attack. Tiptoes, shot fake, a little pivot.
Oh, nice skip.
Comes across the zone, and a bouncing shot is going to find its target. That's Lucas Patton. Well, the midfielder had a little bit of room there to pull the trigger. Placed it perfectly. Off the turf, the high bounce ties the game at 3.
And I think this is going to be a slash, so I think the Clippers are going to be man up here. Yeah, slash on 77.
That's
or 97.
Second penalty against Jacob Magri. I think. It's the second time the junior is headed to the box. Being a little over-aggressive there, and officials have called it somewhat tight here.
Yeah, I haven't seen Pat Richard throw a flag yet, but the new referee that we're unfamiliar with, he really hasn't missed anything. And there's another one. He likes throwing the hardware around.
Clippers like it. See Macy Schoen celebrating with his teammates on the sideline. Coach Vischer is going to take a couple of guys off here, and now 2 trailing midfielders attacking the net. Ball on the far wing. Purcell finds room and finds the net. A shot and a score from nearly 15 yards out. It's Purcell's second goal. The Clippers have scored 3 straight, and they take their first lead at now 4-3.
Yeah, and that's going to be a man-up goal for them.
No goal.
Oh, no goal.
No goal. They're going to wipe it off.
Yeah.
So we'll stay tied at 3. We're just outside of 2 minutes. Warriors still short-handed as
they're going to be
now they're going to be 2 men down, Zalkowski.
Offsides. I don't know how
coming off the field, hanging his head on the Warriors sideline. Also, Caleb White. The penalty was on White, so he'll join Magri in the box. So a dangerous spot here for the Warriors. Looked like it was going their way moments ago, and they took a 3-1 lead.
Still about 30 seconds left on this penalty, the first penalty.
Winnacunnet in danger of trailing for the first time if the Clippers can cash in here. Amend drops it down. Purcell thought about it. Tough angle. That bouncer goes high in the sky and ends up out of play. It'll stay here with Portsmouth.
I do not understand why Winnacunnet is not 2 men down right now.
They got 5.
They got 5 out there, but
Yep.
there was still 30 or 32 seconds left in that first penalty.
Here's a save. Relatively, or at least he made it look easy.
Yeah, that was easy.
Andronako's outlet, though, is tipped. And it'll stay with the Warriors. We approach a minute 20 to go first quarter. Back to even strength here. Warriors looking to reclaim the lead, but they lose the ball. It's loose and scooped up. Lander with the ground ball, but then he surrenders it from behind. Zalkowski takes it off the bounce for Winnacunnet. Comes middle. Fires a low bouncer. Left up for grabs. Zalkowski tried to follow his own miss. Brady Kilroy ended up with it. A whistle is going to keep it at this end with Winnacunnet as we move inside the final minute of this first quarter. You can hear the Clipper defenders trying to communicate. Warriors aren't going to press it, though.
Yeah, they'll play for the last shot here.
Both teams have taken their time on offense for the most part in this first quarter. Clippers, though, getting a little more aggressive here.
Oh, nice turn.
Franziosa across the zone. Trying to find a crease there is Timothy Cole Morgan, the junior. And now back out for Zalkowski. Draws the slide, comes middle. The bouncer ends up wide of the target. Good hustle here in the near corner for Winnacunnet's White to keep it at this end. One final try for the Warriors. We're just inside of 12 seconds. Winnacunnet hoping to retake the lead. White wants a one-on-one with Jackson. Jackson, the long pole stays with him. Slide comes over, ball comes out. Good defensive effort by Kilroy. And that'll do it for the first quarter here in the Port City. Got a game on our hands early, 3-3. Winnacunnet and Portsmouth tied. Back to the Seacoast in just a moment. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
All right, back here on opening night. Good to be back in the saddle. With my friend Roger Howe, I'm Nick Anastas. We got Ian Maluski on the camera for the first time tonight. Part of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week crew. And a good one. Two of the best in Division II, the reigning champion Portsmouth Clippers. Trailed in that first quarter for most of the way. They score the Frames' final 2 goals to tie the game at 3. But if you're Winnacunnet and head coach Pat Snow, I think you like the first 12 minutes, right?
You really do, and possession has been their success story so far this first quarter, which I think he's surprised to see that, because based on some of his comments last night in the interview, he had said he was not quite sure about the skill level of some of the players that are starting for him this year, and they looked really good. I didn't see any unforced errors out there. So good for them.
Both teams in the coaches' preseason top 10, regardless of division. You can find out more about that poll, of course, on our friend Joe Marcialana's website, nhhighschoolsports.com. Meanwhile, a shot and a score, and that's another quick one off the face-off for Portsmouth. Nick Smith has won all but one so far in this first half, and the Clippers show you what they can do in transition. They take their first lead 5 seconds into the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, this is the part of the game that if you don't have a challenge to your face-off guy, it could be a very long game, as testimony to many, many other teams that have had a great face-off kid. And this guy, Smith, he steps aside here and lets his teammate get the ground ball. Very cognizant out there.
Started as a freshman a couple of years back. Now widely considered the best face-off man in the division. He gets his first goal of the season 5 seconds into this second quarter. Clippers have now scored 3 unanswered, dating back to the final 4+ minutes of the first quarter, and now they'll look to take their time and build a 2-goal lead.
Yeah.
And look to lure this Winnacunnet defense out.
Took them a whole 5 seconds to score their third goal in a row there. That's pretty good. Meanwhile,
Winnacunnet, they've stayed in the zone most of the way so far, at least.
They have. And it's a lazy zone, and Portsmouth really isn't testing it right now.
Here's a shot and a score in traffic.
Purcell again.
Pretty good test there from the attackman Ben Purcell. His second goal. And the Portsmouth train continues here. 4 unanswered, and they build a 5-3 lead, a 2-goal edge for the first time.
Yeah, if you're gonna press on a zone, you got to like move inside and try and find the crease, and that's exactly what Ben did there. He found that crease, the backside slide. He tried getting in there. He was anticipating it, but just didn't get there.
Another face-off win as Amend picks up the ball on the roll. Nick Smith is on a roll. Lost 1 in that first quarter and has been perfect ever since. Just over a minute gone by, second quarter. Clippers threatening to double up Winnacunnet here after trailing most of the way in that first quarter.
And let's give the Winnacunnet goalie some kudos there. He had 3 big saves in that first quarter, too.
Yeah.
Could have been a different situation with the score.
It's the junior Noah Andronako.
Andronako, yeah.
All right, Clippers. Again, seemingly in no hurry as both teams have taken their time operationally on attack. This one is knocked down by the defender, and now it's up for grabs. On the move is midfielder Frank Brown. Takes a swipe at it with 2 hands.
That's a push.
Brown may have gotten away with one there as he knocked down Keegan Delisle right in front of Portsmouth head coach Chad Vischer. In the end, though, it ends up with the Clippers. And now they'll look to work it out of their own end with 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter.
Well, Nick, as you said, just in that last position by the Clippers, that was a lazy offense. They weren't moving. Ball gets batted down by the defender, and now they're on the run again. But they got the ball back. See if they can be a little more aggressive.
Smith off the spin move. Shot ends up wide.
Oh, he's going to give him a late hit on this.
Smith rolling around, and now a flag will fly. The 2 flags there?
Yeah, 2 flags. Yeah, I think he gave him a late hit, and there might be a little unsportsmanlike with the comment, perhaps.
Smith ended up on the ground well after the shot.
See what the call is.
Comes with 2.5 gone second quarter. 2 penalties each way in that first quarter.
Oh.
It's unsportsmanlike against Portsmouth.
Well, it's
That's Keegan Delisle in the bench explaining himself.
He got them both.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. The Winnacunnet player in the box is Hunter Marshall, the sophomore defenseman.
Yeah, and I think he got the cross check.
And both youngsters explaining themselves on the sideline, but it's been physical so far.
It has
in this first half.
And I'll tell you something. If I'm Coach Vischer, I'm a hell of a lot more mad at my guy than Coach Snow is at his guy, because there was no need to retaliate on that and get the unsportsmanlike by 17.
Coach Vischer going to send a couple of fresh bodies onto the defensive end of the field, including Brady Kilroy, who played well in that first quarter. We get a look at Andy Brown as well, the younger brother
of the other Brown,
Frank,
on the Portsmouth roster, Frank Brown. Yeah. All right, Andy, just a freshman. Here's a one-on-one. Winnacunnet looking to cut into this two-goal deficit, and the Clippers are going to force a rare turnover.
Brady Kilroy with the takeover there.
Kilroy still on the move. Kilroy entering the box. Bounce pass is off target. He was hit on the release. Trying to keep it in bounds on the far sideline is Briggs Catino, who does track it down. Now Catino with a shot fake. Draws a couple of defenders up top, and now Portsmouth going to regroup. Smith, open lane to the cage.
Nice. Oh.
Pass is deflected. The defender on his way to the ground got a piece. A good effort by Tony Piotrowski. Clippers, though, in the end, another ground ball for the home team. They're going to reset.
Yeah, kill the penalty here. Get even up.
Seems like Portsmouth had that unofficial ground ball advantage, at least by my estimate in this first half.
Yeah, and I haven't seen a lot of balls on the ground. Like I said, the possession has been key for both teams. Ground balls off the face-off, that's a given. And Winnacunnet a little late out of the box there. Those penalties, here's Nick again.
Shot too high as it whizzes over the crossbar.
Yeah, those two penalties ended at the same time, and Winnacunnet was a good 20 yards out before they got a guy on the field.
This one is intercepted. Good play. Trying to get the number there. Yeah, that's Magri.
Good run.
Had a couple of penalties in the first quarter, but helps his team there with an interception and a clear. And now the Warriors look to settle in themselves with nearly 4.5 gone by second quarter. Winnacunnet has not scored since about the 4.5-minute mark of the first quarter. Looking to end a 4-0 run here from Portsmouth. High pass hauled in by Caleb White. Trying to spin off Jackson. That's the matchup to watch. Pass across the box, knocked down, and now loose behind the net. Swept around by Schoen for Portsmouth, who escapes the fray with a spin move. Good play, and now a flag is thrown behind him. Up to midfield, Zach Amend. Amend with room. Amend, eye on the cage, shot and score. Zach Amend, given credit for a couple of assists in that first quarter. He gets his first goal with 5 minutes gone by in this second quarter, and the Clippers continue to grow the lead. Now it's the largest lead either way. It's 6-3.
Yeah, and this was off to the race time for Zach, and the attack kind of abandoned him on this. They had a point guy, but the other guy was behind the net. Not a good set. You bring your other attackman behind, but it didn't matter. He just blasts by the goalie.
See now a couple of transition goals. Well, 3 or 4 really now in this first half.
Sure.
For the Clippers.
And I didn't get the penalty on this, but looks like you can see the number, I can't.
In the box, that's Ryan Cialfi for Winnacunnet. Warriors now with 4 penalties in this first half. Here's Smith thinking about it.
Nice
Going to
dodge.
duck away from the defender and then score. Beats the goaltender to his left. Nick Smith, his second goal of this second quarter. Makes it now 7-3 Portsmouth.
What a nice face dodge. Hey, you youngsters out there, this is what a face dodge is all about. Get the defender to commit and just give him the big roundhouse to the left, duck in. Beautiful play. Beautiful play.
The latest 2 Portsmouth goals come 11 seconds apart. To double up what was once a 2-goal lead is now 7-3. Clippers have scored 5 in a row dating back to late in the first quarter. 6 in a row.
Oh, bang,
Make
bang.
it 7. That's hat-trick time for Nick Smith.
No, I don't think he got it. He got the assist. I think it went over to the far side.
You're right. It was Delisle. Keegan Delisle, fresh out of the box. The assist for Nick Smith, who celebrated with his teammates on the sideline. Portsmouth rolling right now. Scored now 3 goals, Rogers, in 18 seconds.
Well, this is what the Coach
what
Snell
they do,
is afraid
right?
of. Well, it's what they do, and it's a game of runs, as we always say. But man, they got to do something here on the faceoffs. They got to try and find a way to get get Nick Smith slowed down a bit, just a bit.
Smith only has lost once at the X in his first half. We approach the midway point, second quarter. This is a 3-3 game after one. It was a 3-1 lead for Winnacunnet with inside of 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's been all Portsmouth since. Sun just about is officially set here on the seacoast. Lights are on. The wind starting to pick back up. Always windy here in Portsmouth. Opening night statewide. Two of the better teams in Division II expected again to compete deep into the tournament. Clippers, after back-to-back championships in 2021 and 22, looking for a three-peat.
A distinct possibility.
The ultimate goal, of course, for Coach Vischer's crew. Delisle going to swing it. Now it's reversed. Delisle giving room. A two-man game. And they'll swing it around again.
Well, again, they're in that circle offense, Nick, and then they just draw inside and they try to find the seam and force a slide adjacent, which that was a good one right there. Now they'll pull back out of the center.
Good communication defensively for Winnacunnet. Here's Baden Paterson. Shot from up top, knocked down. It's let go by Patton. Ground ball up for grabs, far side. One of the long poles for Winnacunnet. Piotrowski couldn't quite get there, now does. Warriors have it.
Got him.
Goaltender goes down the middle. Pass dropped and picked up by DJ Scatia, one of the young sophomore midfielders. And now I think we have a timeout here by Winnacunnet.
Yep, good call. Good call, Coach Snow. That's their second, so 4 minutes, little under 5 minutes here in the second. You got to get control of the ball here. You got to stop something. They need a really good possession here.
So they'll talk it over with 4:42 remaining second quarter. Winnacunnet got the start they wanted. Took a 3-1 lead with inside of 5 minutes to go in that first quarter. Two of those three goals came from Noah Garofalo. Two of the three were extra man opportunity goals, man-up goals. Portsmouth responded at the tail end of the first quarter to tie the game at 3. Goals from Ben Purcell and Lucas Patton knotted things up as we headed into this second quarter. And Portsmouth kept the thing going. Nick Smith, another from Purcell. Zach Amends first, Smith second. And then a moment ago, Keegan Delisle, the last three within an 18-second span for this explosive Clippers squad. And they've got their largest lead on the board so far at 8-3.
Hey, listen, not to get off this game here for a second, but sports flash out there to everybody watching all three divisions tonight. Bow Falcons take down the defending Division III champion Laconia Sachems 10-4. 10-4.
Statement win out of the gate.
That's
for Bow.
There's been a lot going on at Bow this off-season, stuff that I've been following on social media and some of their posts. There's some excitement there.
Yeah, Division III expected to be competitive as well. All right, here's a turnover. Out of the timeout, not what Coach Snow drew up.
Not at all.
Looks like it was taken away there by Andy Brown. Good play by the freshman, and Portsmouth
one more.
Now trying to get it out of their own end. Here's Gunnar Jackson. Long pole defenseman back to his goaltender, who threads the needle pass for Amend, trying to absorb the contact and does draw the flag. Was hit there by Caleb White, and now look out, a second flag is thrown. It's been chippy in this first half. We saw a double penalty a moment ago, and I think we're going to see another here. White going to trot off the field and head to the Winnacunnet penalty box. I thought Max Dieppe was going to follow him into the Portsmouth box, but
what do we got here?
Dieppe's going to stay on the field.
Hold for 30. Unsportsmanlike for the second one.
So both against Winnacunnet.
Yep.
And both against Caleb White.
Yep.
White, one of the veteran returnees, the senior, with no argument here, down on his right knee in the penalty box. Yeah, right in front of the scorer's table.
Yeah, Winnacunnet needs a guy on on offense here.
Penalty's starting to add up.
Yeah, I'm running
Winnacunnet.
out of room already, and it's only the second quarter, Nick.
So another opportunity for the home team to extend this run. We've scored 5 unanswered in the second quarter, and again, scored the last 2 of the first quarter as well. All in all, 7 straight. And maybe number 8 on the way as we move towards 4 minutes to go in this second quarter.
Yeah, this'll hurt. This will be a minute and a half. Watch some really patient Clipper offense here. I like the fact that Nick Smith is out there on their man-up offense. Says a lot about that young man.
He's been dominant at the X, and he scored 2.
There's the seam
in this first half. That one comes out of the stick of Purcell, backed up by Smith, who's going to retreat to the 30 and restart here. Winnacunnet in the 2-3 zone. Amend. Near side Purcell. Thought about it for a moment. Now the pass in the middle is broken up. And then fished out by Magri. Going to throw it across midfield. Gunnar Jackson is there for Portsmouth.
Nice play.
Schoen's pass, a little off target, then scooped up by Paterson. And now Delisle looks for Smith, and there's the shot in the slot. Beautiful. And the score comes top shelf. Smith, that's his third. And it comes with just over 3 minutes remaining until halftime.
Yeah. Wow, the penalties are starting to really hurt. Really starting to hurt.
Another EMO goal for the Clippers, who cash in and extend their run now to 8 unanswered to take a 9-3 lead.
And there is his hat trick.
Yep. A little premature a moment ago, but he's had quite the first half. We expected him to be himself at the X, but he's really chipped in offensively on the attack as well.
Yeah, just a Swiss Army knife out there tonight.
This one rolls to amend again, and another possession on the way for the home team. Warriors trying to recover defensively. Pass, meanwhile, dropped by Patton and taken away by the Warrior defense, but the clear goes awry. Ends up with Schoen on the backside. He's going to keep it himself. The long pull down the near sideline. Comes up with a nice clear. Inside of 3 minutes. Clippers want another before halftime. Delisle trying to shake off Zalkowski.
Nice,
and there's the bouncer. Well, he changed direction quickly. Zalkowski lost his balance, and the rest was history.
Nice switch to his left hand here on this dodge. And they're just pouring it on right now. I think the penalties have really set back the Warriors here in this second quarter.
And the possession difference.
And well, yeah, you when you're getting the ball awarded to you, plus you got Nick Smith, there's not much you can do out there on the possession side of things.
It's Delisle's second goal, and this Clipper run continues. 10-3 the lead, 2:36 to go. Warriors just hoping to escape to halftime here, I think, at this point. But another face-off goes Portsmouth's way. And here comes Amend downhill.
Lefty.
Shot
Beautiful.
And score. Now going to twirl the stick after the goal in celebratory fashion. Zach Amend's second goal of this second quarter. And it's now 11-3.
and that young man, he's got to be happy with the way he approached that dodge. He came in and did a little bit of a hand over hand, put it in his left, and he just cranks it. What great placement, too. Goalie's offside.
That impressive. And it's been a balanced attack here with several players scoring multiple goals for Portsmouth. 11-3, including 10 straight. Another face-off win. Smith is pummeled. Lost his stick in the process. A couple of big hits levied. And now a whistle will break this up.
Yeah, this is going to be a Portsmouth player.
That was Magri, who came in like a freight train. Was it?
I think it's Nick Smith.
Was it Magri or?
I think they're giving it to Nick Smith. He came in hard on the back.
It was Smith who got run over initially, anyway.
Here's the replay on Sportsman's analog.
You got popped there by DJ Shkesha. And then you see Smith, who was not happy with the hit, protesting. The official's still trying to sort this out here. And it is against Winnacunnet. Is there a man down yet again? And that is Scatia in the box.
Oh, it is.
For the visitors.
Wow.
We saw the hit there on the replay, and it's going to lead to another man-up goal for the Clippers. Lucas Patton showing off the sharp shooting skills. His second goal. And this run is really starting to get out of hand here. 11 unanswered by Portsmouth. And it's a 12-3 game now with 2 minutes even to go.
Yeah, another man-up goal for the Portsmouth Clippers. That's their third one of this quarter. Some teams don't even get 3 chances during the game.
Right. And we've seen, 7 or 8 penalties against the Warriors now.
Yeah, that's 8. That's 8 right there.
Coming up at halftime, a look back at that first half with stats and highlights. Roger's got the stats. Ben's got the highlights. And I'll do my best with the recap. All that coming up. We'll look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well. Opening night statewide. A lot of action on both boys and the girls' front. So a lot to get to at halftime here, which is just a minute 25 away. Meanwhile, Warriors trying to make it happen defensively. They're going to draw a whistle and be awarded the ground ball here. A push goes against the Clippers. Double team. Magry trying to escape. Big fella on the run to the near side. His outlet ends up out of bounds, but again a flag on the play. And this time it looks like a Clipper penalty is on the way with a minute 11 to go.
Yeah, a little late hit there maybe. A little jarring hit on Delisle. Oh, I didn't get it. It's a technical foul. I didn't see the hand signal. Oh, procedure. Okay, so legal procedure on Delisle.
Meanwhile, Warriors have 2 players in the box as well. Ryan Cialfi is over there. So I'm not sure if there was 2 penalties there.
He can't be in the box, so it's got to be.
Well, they got 2 on a knee. And only 4 players on the field here, despite the fact that they have possession.
Yeah, White is there. All right, Cialfi.
And here comes,
that
Cialfi.
was a lock penalty, so he had to stay in there. I don't know why Caleb White's in the box, though.
No, White's on the field. Scatia is still in the box.
Scatia. Yeah, 93.
All right, final 40 seconds. Warriors looking for their first goal since about midway through the first quarter, and they'll get it there. That's Cialfi, who wastes little time out of the box. Able to score from the far side wing. His second goal of this first half, and boy, oh boy, did the Warriors need that one.
And great turnaround, little jump shot there in his right hand, and went through a lot of traffic.
Cialfi with 2. Garofalo with 2. And that accounts for the 4 Winnacunnet goals.
Yeah, we haven't seen much out of Caleb White tonight.
Another whistle, and I think a timeout here is called by Coach Vischer.
Yeah, you got 30 seconds here. Why not run a play?
He immediately goes to the bench, and you're right, I think he's got something in mind for the final 30 seconds. First timeout called by Portsmouth in this first half.
Indeed. Yeah, it's interesting to see how things happened in this second quarter, and they happened really fast.
Yeah, Portsmouth rattled off at one point 11 unanswered goals.
Yeah.
3 of those on the extra man opportunities, as the penalties here in the first half have hurt Winnacunnet. Warriors got off to the start they hoped for. Led 3-1 at one point in that first quarter before the Clippers really exploded.
Yeah, Nick Smith and penalties. That's the name of the game here in the first half, for sure.
And Winnacunnet hoping to avoid either giving up another goal or committing another penalty here before they can regroup at halftime.
Let's see what they actually do here as far as a play. He looks like he's going to put his like he's going to put in his man-up team. Delisle's back on the field.
Smith.
Yeah.
Along with Pattinson.
Amend.
Yep.
Purnell. Yeah, this is their man-up.
And Catino is the 6th. In white for the Clippers. Going to work the final seconds here
look at this.
Before halftime. Down to 20.
Oh, beauty.
Smith, shot wide. That one came again with some speed before it exited the play of field.
They're definitely running that as if it was a man-up play.
The field of play, of course. Amend. Tried that low to high. Had an angle for it. Ends up out of bounds with 11 seconds.
He said, why not? Why not? Get a rip.
Amend thought about it. Back to Smith. Too high again. Rockets out of bounds with just 2 seconds to go. One more try for Catino. Official's going to blow it dead. And
no, too quick start.
Yeah, send the youngster back. Catino for Amend. Pass tipped, and that'll do it. What a first half for the defending Division II champion Portsmouth Clippers. They trailed at one point 3-1 before they rattled off 11 straight goals to take a 12-4 lead at halftime.
I got to tell you, I can't remember the last time I saw a run like that at any level of lacrosse. That was just toe-to-toe, toe-to-toe.
That's why they're the champs, looking for a third straight here in 2023. Still, though,
for sure,
another half to go. Plenty of time for Winnacunnet to make a move in the second half.
Well,
coming up. Oh, go ahead, Roger.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, the two rosters are quite different, too. Portsmouth's got a very, very heavy volume on their roster. They can put guys in this second half. Coach Snow doesn't have that benefit, so we'll have to see if his guys can pull it all together and make a run here.
All right. We'll look back at that first half in just a moment with stats, highlights, and analysis, plus a look around the league scoreboard. Opening night in the NHIAA. We'll get you some scores in a moment as well. 12-4, Portsmouth on top of Winnacunnet at halftime. Back to the Seacoast in just a moment. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
Halftime here in Portsmouth. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Opening night statewide. The two-time defending Division II champion Portsmouth Clippers looking like it in that first half, particularly in that second quarter. Game started about as favorable for Coach Snow's Warriors as could be imagined. They got a 3-1 lead. About 5 minutes to go in that first quarter, and then the home team came alive. Portsmouth rattled off the final two to tie the game at 3 heading into the second quarter, and then that run continued, ballooned at one point to 11 unanswered. Multiple goals in that first half for Ben Purcell, Lucas Patton, Nick Smith, Zach Amend, and Keegan Delisle, two apiece for all of those names. Add it all up, it gets to 12 for Coach Fisher, and Winnacunnet 2 apiece from Ryan Cialfi and Noah Garofalo, including the second from Cialfi in the final minute before halftime to make it 12-4, and that's where we are here on the eve of the third quarter.
Yeah, I've never seen some team like that have such a run on that, and it was like every minute and a half we had a stoppage of play, and there was either a penalty coming up or there was just a run by the Clippers. And there's got to be a way for them to try and do something, the Warriors that is, to try and do something to really just slow down Nick Smith. I mean, I think that's the name of the game. Both teams have been rusty. Obviously, the Warriors have been a little more aggressive and are getting more flags. But this is like that Timberlane game a couple years ago. Late in the game, Timberlane was at Bedford High School, and the young man was really raking it in, and they had to make a change.
Yeah. Nick Smith unofficially won every faceoff but one in that first half. What do you got for him, Roger?
I have got, that'll be number 18.
So he's won 18 of 19 tonight. The junior has been as good as advertised. And as you mentioned, Winnacunnet did not help their cause with some of those penalties in that first half, a total of 8 in the first half.
Oh,
meanwhile, this one chopped at by a number of different players before it ends up with Delisle.
Right.
Backdoor spin shot denied.
Nice save.
5-hole slam shot by Andronako. However, another ground ball ends up with the Clippers and another try on the way for Portsmouth. First minute, third quarter. Saw this defensive look most of the way from Winnacunnet in that first half.
Yeah, they're going a little more aggressively here.
They're going to have to, down 8.
Yeah, definitely.
Amen turns on the gas, looks for Delisle across the zone, but the pass gets through. Loose here, a collision on the near wing, and then Delisle scoops it up for Portsmouth.
Ball. Good man ball.
Able to avoid the chase from the defender, Braden Nowak, sophomore midfielder. And now another restart for Purcell. Lowers that left shoulder, draws the slide, spins to his right. Somebody's open.
You got it.
Can't find Delisle, though, and the pass ends up back towards midfield.
Yep. Over back.
So the violation will give it to Winnacunnet, and that's a win for their defense there.
Yeah, got to tell you. They need to start off quickly here.
All right, we've got some final scores from opening day. We'll start in Division 1. How about a big win for Dover? 23-4 over Salem.
Wow.
Green Wave starting it off in big fashion there.
Yeah, did Salem end up with a coach? Or are they floating?
Well, whoever is there in charge has
got
his hands full. It's 23-4. That's a final and a big victory for Dover. Merrimack, congratulations. A big win over Nashua South by a score of 10-1. So the Tomahawks a big victory. Meanwhile, shot here from White ends up wide and out of play. It's backed up on that far sideline by Tim Cole-Morgan.
You got that Exeter score too?
Yeah,
I think that's a final now.
17-1 final Exeter.
17-11.
17-11, excuse me, over Londonderry. Lancers hung around, but in the end, Exeter a victory. We'll see the Blue Hawks next week when they take on Bedford in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week.
Yeah, nice to see Dave Wiedenfeld take over for Roger Sampson there at Londonderry.
Yeah.
He's a Keene State alumni, played with my son Matthew out there.
Was a standout for Londonderry.
Indeed.
Not too long ago either.
One of
young
three
guy.
Wiedenfeld brothers that have played for the Lancers and elsewhere.
Elsewhere in Division 2 tonight, Pembroke, a win over Keene, 9-6. Of course, Timberlane got a win last night over Division 1 Nashua North by a final of 18-3. St. Thomas with a big win over Merrimack Valley today, 15-2. As we get another stop here by the Clipper defense, and now it's Amend showing off the speed. Going to weave his way upfield for the clear. Foot still on the gas, approaching the box. Stutter step, low shot, won't get through. Knocked away, good defensive effort by Piotrowski. However, it'll stay with the Clippers as yet again they obtain another ground ball. But now 3.5 gone by third quarter. 10-4 was that final, according to Ben. The Dover-Salem game. It wasn't 23-4.
No, it was 10-4.
It was 10-4. Ben likes playing the occasional prank when it comes to these scores coming in on the text message.
He's starting something. And the season's early, Ben, so.
Meanwhile, losing his footing is Amend, and a whistle is going to give this to Winnacunnet. Good start here, and Roger, you said they needed to do something to try and shake things up. They've done it so far defensively through 4 minutes. Kept the Clippers off the board.
Yeah,
at least so far.
And I'm not quite sure what their secret sauce is here right now, other than playing a little more aggressively, a little less that 3-3 static zone, and going into a little more aggressive man. But
final score I got for you, Roger: Pelham 11, Milford 2. That's a final.
Okay. That's the elder Erda at Milford.
Yep.
Coaching that team again.
Meanwhile, a slide. Here he comes, Schoen on the chase, forcing the attackman Cialfi to give it up.
Got a update for you on the Bedford-Concord game. 5-0 Bedford after the first quarter. That game just got it started.
Good start for Bedford, of course. A lot of people have calling this the year of the Bulldog after the state championship in football and basketball. Of course, they came close in hockey.
Yeah.
As well.
Overtime loss in hockey, I believe, right?
In the championship,
PG.
So, and much improved, at least the word on the street, is that they've been improved and got a new young coach over there as well, and Coach Boudreau.
They do.
So we'll see them next week against Exeter.
Big game.
And that's, of course, the Roger Howe Bowl, as we know as well, with your two young sons on both of those coaching staffs.
They are indeed. We're going to get a slash here on number 4.
Yep, it's going to be the first penalty either way of this second half, and it comes nearly midway through this third quarter. A fast-moving third quarter after we saw a slow-moving first half. White trying to spin away from Jackson, and Jackson has contained him so far. He's kept him off the scorer sheet at least. That's been the matchup to watch. Meanwhile, high shot ends up wide. Goaltender Kai Paterson looked to his left there. That one well wide, about a foot or so.
And here's the call, number 4.
That's going to be Macy Schoen, who has played well tonight, but that is his second penalty.
Yes, it is. He got the first, and he's got this one.
And now he's got a word with Coach Vischer, who does not look particularly pleased as they chat
I think
over
he
there
tried
in the
to
box.
line him up for an over-the-head check, and I think when he did that, he
cash it in. There's White.
Why not?
Oh, he just praised Jackson for doing a good job on White, but this time it's White who gets the better of the matchup, showing you why he's one of their better players on that play right there. That came out with some smoke.
That's a grip and rip, man. He just lets it loose right between the wickets.
In the 5-hole. So he beats Paterson for his first goal. And Winnacunnet trying to get back into this one goal at a time. They scored the final goal before halftime, and they score the first goal here of this third quarter to make it 12-5.
Yeah, and he finally gets on the board. We've been looking for him all night. Nick Smith with another win. Oh, the goalie with a hack.
Amend goes tumbling. Not Amend, rather, but James Buchan, who scored a goal in that first quarter.
Oh, dangerous play.
Quick restart, but the pass too high for Smith. It ends up all the way on the other side of the field. before we get a whistle, and now Winnacunnet's going to take over. Another quick start. Too quick. Zalkowski now given the green light to put it in play as we hit the midway point third quarter. Kilroy is the defender. Warriors held a 3-1 lead way back at the 5-minute mark first quarter.
Watch this. Ooh.
Pass floated across the zone, but too high. Was it tipped? Doesn't matter. The closest player was a Warrior. That's good hustle by Tim Cole Morgan. The wind steadily picking up tonight. Full dark here on the seacoast. We're under the lights here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. Nick and Astis. Roger Howe with you.
Well, you know, for a team that is down a few goals here, they're very patient. They're not. They're looking more mature than they are, I guess is what I'm trying to say. They could very well lose their head and try and score 5 goals on one play, but this is good to see, actually.
Yeah.
This will pay off for them down the road when they're in a tight game.
Coach Snow may have alluded to that when we spoke with him last night. He said this is a group that he doesn't have to really
nice take.
Kind of babysit as White's shot goes high. Says they're mature and they kind of police themselves. They're self-motivated, and all in all, he expects that kind of maturity, to your point, would pay off in a situation like this where they're facing adversity.
And like you just said, I mean, 1 goal at a time, man.
Scored 2 straight. Looking for
Why
3
not?
here.
Nice
Zalkowski. That hit the post?
I think it did.
Cole Morgan going to track it down to keep it at this end.
This is a good take from the belt line on that shot. Little sidearm.
Warriors have looked more competitive here in this third quarter. Shot. Cialfi trying to go upstairs. Knocked down by Peterson, and then a flag flies as Schoen picks up the ground ball for Portsmouth.
Watch it. Racing.
A bullet outlet pass. The other Peterson now on the move. Going to be closed out by Ziolkowski.
Yep, good.
Amend calling for it in the middle of the field. Gets it, takes a step back, and the Clippers look to reorganize.
Yeah, Coach Fisher made the call there. Slow this thing down. We've got a flag. We've got a D-mid out there. Get Kilroy off. Get our boys on.
We've got a big lead. Use some of that clock as well. We're inside of 4 minutes, third quarter.
Oh, nice play. They
on
didn't
the
pick him
back
up.
door, Purcell shot, knocked down, and then covered up. And that will finally bring the whistle. Despite the high goal total, in my estimation, Roger, my amateur opinion, Noah Andronako has held his own tonight in his first varsity start.
I got him with 6 saves right now, and 3 of those at the very start of the game were big saves.
Yeah.
Big saves.
All right, a Winnacunnet penalty here. As Antonio Francioso is on his right knee. That's the 9th penalty tonight against the Warriors, but just the first since halftime. Now inside of 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
And I have officially run out of penalty space on my scorecard. So I'm going to
flip the sheet over, I guess.
I'm just going to right up the side.
Clippers in no hurry. It's been the MO. We've seen the transition goal. We've seen the explosiveness of this club. They scored 3 goals in 18 seconds at one point late in that second quarter. But we've also seen the patience, right, on offense, especially when they've had the extra man.
Indeed, and they even ran the extra man. Here it is again. Same play. Same play.
He's going to set up a wing shot, knocked
nice
down.
Save.
Another good one there for the junior.
Run it out, kid.
His teammate can't clear it. Hunter Marshall surrounded, ultimately surrenders possession. And now a shot from up top.
And that's going to go the other way.
And good hustle out of the cage.
Yeah.
Andronako to get it for his team.
That's a good sign when you see the goalie at this point in the game. It could be very easy for him to be down, but he ran that out and he gets the ball back.
A good clear against the ride.
No.
Magri thinking about it. Defenseman wants it. And despite Coach Howe's recommendation, let it fly, it'll stay at this end. With
hey, you're a man down. You don't need a deep hole shooting from 30 yards out.
Got to reward those big guys at some point.
Well, I guess so. They had a good defensive stand there, so maybe the energy was riding high.
Well, Ziolkowski will regroup, get another touch for Franciosa.
All right, fresh out of the box here, Nick. Fresh legs.
Right.
Nice play.
There's the pass,
and it's
the
in.
shot, and a bouncer is going to find its way into the net. Well, a good pass. It's on point, and then Ciolfi is going to get himself a hat trick with that one. A high bounce to make it 12-6.
That was the best goal all night. This was well played. Amend gives him the big bump, and he finds the inside. Good turn.
Don't look now, but Winnacunnet has scored 3 straight, dating back to the final minute of the first half.
That was a seriously nice goal. I'm sorry. That was well played.
They're within 6. At 12-6 here with 2.5 to go. Another win for Nick Smith, and the Clippers want it back. Smith, foot on the gas, shot and score. Goes right down the middle and beats the goaltender low for his 3rd goal. No, his 4th of the night. He's now the game's high scorer.
Yeah.
With 4 goals, he helps his team rebuild a 7-goal lead at 13-6.
Wow. Now, that's how you stop a run. I mean, Winnacunnet with the first 2 goals of this half, and Nick Smith says, no, don't forget about us.
Yep. Smith has been dominant, has won every face-off tonight but one. That was face-off number 3 back in the opening period. Long pole is Schoen who's going to collect this one. Smith hustles off the field.
Schoen wants one.
Going to give it up instead and trot back to midfield. Down to 2 minutes, 3rd quarter. Opening night here, Division II matchup. 2 rivals, 2 neighboring towns who may or may not see each other later on this season. As we know, both teams perennial tournament powers.
Indeed.
Clippers have won the last 2 Division II state championships. And of course, Winnacunnet, they've been competitive, have made a couple of deep runs in their own right, and as we know, really challenging themselves with this schedule out of the gate. They've got Derryfield coming up on Friday.
For sure.
All right, final minute 20. Amend going to draw the slide, whip it behind the cage.
Oh, good cut.
And the
nice
shot
save.
Again, a kick save. Gorgeous. Went off the right shin there of the goaltender, who's been busy now with his 8th save. Across the way.
Had him.
Delisle fanned on the catch, and the ball turned over. A rare giveaway tonight by the Clippers. Inside the final minute, 3rd quarter. Coach Vischer wants the ride here. Going to make Winnacunnet work out of their own end. Long pole, trying to weave his way to midfield, and will do so. Good play by Petrowski, but lost it. Amend in the mix, and then it's scooped up by the Clipper long pole, Max Diep. Final 30 seconds.
Oh.
Clippers trying to find space and protect the ball. Now Amend is ready to go.
Oh, nice look.
Back door. Purcell,
nice.
A sweeping shot and score. Well, able to stop on a dime and kind of shift those feet to create the space. And that's another goal for Purcell, his first since halftime, and he's now got a hat trick for Portsmouth, 14-6.
Yes, he does. Nice setup, though, by Zach Amend, too. He could have given it a good crank there, but he drew the defender and found the low-end attackman.
So it looked like the Warriors were onto something there for a moment. They chipped away, kept the Clippers off the board for most of this 3rd quarter. Put up 2 goals of their own, but over the last minute and a half, the Clippers have added 2, and we're back to where we were at halftime at 14-6.
They had a nice clear by the Warriors, and the defender just chose to try and take it one-on-one. That's outside, and lost possession as he got collapsed on at the top of the box.
That'll do it for the 3rd quarter. Still a big hill to climb for Winnacunnet as they trail Portsmouth 14-6. Will the defending champs close it out on their home field opening night, or does Winnacunnet have a historic comeback in them? We begin to find out next. 4th quarter on the other side. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Well, final 12 minutes of regulation on the board here as we get set for the start of the fourth quarter. Nick and Astis, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance, opening night edition. And it's been Portsmouth's night here on the Seacoast. The Clippers, two-time defending Division II champions, rattled off 11 unanswered goals in the first half to build up an 8-goal lead at halftime. 2-2 in that third quarter. 8 still the gap here as we head into the fourth at 14-6.
Yeah, just want to I promised Coach Vischer that I would give his family down in Chester County, Pennsylvania, my old stomping grounds, a big shout out. I guess he has family in several states right now watching this feed.
Love it.
From New Jersey to eastern Pennsylvania. So welcome back to the 2023 season, the Vischer family.
Yeah. Appreciate you tuning in wherever you are. Tonight, of course, we're live every week here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire with our Game of the Week. Tuesday will be in Exeter when Bedford and Exeter square off in a Division I matchup. And, of course, every Monday night we're on the air as well with FNL Lacrosse, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks at 6 Eastern. So a lot to get to over the next 9 or 10 weeks as we move through the spring of 2023. Glad you're with us. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're on YouTube, of course, under FNLNH Media. Name of the channel, FNLNH Media on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and do us all a favor. First minute, fourth quarter, 14-6. Winnacunnet built up a 3-1 lead in that first quarter, as we talked about, but the Clippers, just too much in that first half. Combination of Nick Smith, who has been outstanding at the X, has won every face-off but one tonight for the home team. And, of course, Winnacunnet committed 8 of their 9 penalties in the first half, which, of course, cost them to the tune of 3 EMO goals for the Clippers. They're going to force a turnover here. Jackson comes out of the fray. His pass was knocked down, though, and taken away by Zalkowski, who's now on the move. Shot there. A little awkward getting out of the stick. It ends up out of play.
Good hustle.
And given back over to the Clippers. Good hustle is right, out of net, it looked like, by the goaltender, Pedersen. Minute and a half gone, fourth quarter. A little bit of a ride here from Winnacunnet. Haven't seen that much.
No, and I don't like their ride. I would really like to see them drop down and challenge some of these midfielders that are coming out of the box real quick. That needs a little bit of work.
Coutinho clears it himself, and now around the horn it goes. Chance for the Clippers to match their largest lead, and they'll do so here. A freight train named Zach Amend went right down the middle of the defense there and plants it home for his 4th goal of the contest to make it 15-6. The Clippers do match their largest lead from the first half.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head there. Just a freight train, no slide, no help, nothing inside. It looks like you got some tired defenders in there. They were in man there, and they were covering a attackman behind for no reason. They need to bring that up above goal line extended, and they got to start playing that center crease slide.
I said Zach had 4 goals, not yet, 3 so far. Nick Smith has led the way with 4 for Portsmouth. And a number of different players have scored 2 each as well for the Clippers. On the Winnacunnet side, the high man is Cialfi with 3. 2 of those came in the first half. All right, Clippers in no hurry here. With 2 minutes gone by, fourth quarter. Threatening to go up double digits for the first time. Delisle, a spin move at the top, a little jab step, leaves it near side, shot. A quick one at that from Patton. Ends up out of play in the far corner, but will stay here with the Clippers.
Yeah, I suspect that with the starters in here right now, they go one more up like that.
Yep, good cut and good finish. Baden Pedersen. Midfielder has played well. Is that his first tonight or second?
25th. 25. It's his second. He got the first goal for Portsmouth. So that's his second.
Scored by number 25, Hayden Patterson.
So Peterson makes it 16-6, and now quietly 4 in a row by Portsmouth.
Yeah, and I think that. Now he's got the bench going. Number 44 comes in on attack. That's Riley Collins.
Another win for Smith. His night is not over yet. But you're right. We're expected to see some players for the first time, including the aforementioned Collins, who's getting his first action here with now 3 minutes gone by, fourth quarter.
Collins is a sophomore.
Well, if you're Winnacunnet, it's important, right? You finish strong here these last 9 minutes because you're going to have to get right back into the ring, so to speak, on Friday against perennially tough Derryfield.
Yeah, and Derryfield's going to watch this broadcast if they don't, have a means of getting film on their own, and. You've got a very smart coach and Coach Hetler out there that he'll be able to pick apart the zone. He'll be able to pick this apart that they're playing. Now they're playing in a zone again and leaving the guy behind, which is fine. But in that last sequence, they just did not have any slide capabilities. You can't cover an unopened man behind when the ball's up top.
Good shake by Delisle, and there's the wraparound goal.
Yeah.
Boy, he seems like he's gotten stronger as the game has gone on. Another goal for Keegan Delisle.
Yes.
And now we may have to talk about the mercy rule here coming up, the running clock.
One more.
A possibility once it gets to 12. We're at 11 right now, the difference 17-6.
So you get into a game like this where the score gets away from you a little bit. And to answer your question, you got to see a little bit of life out of the Warriors. And maybe you get down to this next goal, and you call a timeout. Now they've got Nick Smith out of there. Take a pole to get to face-off.
Yeah, that's Matt Dieppe, who lost his stick shortly after winning the face-off, and now it's still up for grabs here near midfield. The lone man in the action for Winnacunnet was the defender Magri. Amend ends up with it, and then we get a timeout from Coach Fisher.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So we used to get, I wouldn't say harassed, but there was a lot of talk back in the day when I was at Bedford about Bedford winning 3 state championships and why weren't they in the in Division One? And you talked a little bit about it last night, or excuse me, Coach Hetler and Joe Marshallane have recently talked about it, about the next cycle within NHIAA, and I wonder if it isn't time for Portsmouth to maybe consider that going in this next cycle. The girls are already up in Division One. The boys played Bedford in a tournament 2 weeks ago, I believe, and actually it was last Saturday before Easter, and they tied Bedford 5-5. And that was in a game or in a tournament where Bedford beat a perennial powerhouse in Massachusetts, Reading High School Rockets. So, Portsmouth has got some talent. We know what they did last year against Exeter, 1-goal loss.
Yep.
And they're scheduled to play again this year, and that's going to be exciting to see.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't be surprised either way if at some point down the road we saw the Clippers in Division One.
Well, Division One needs help, Nick. I mean, they got such a small contingent even competing in there, and like Coach Cameron has said in recent weeks, after you get to the top 4 teams, it really drops off.
As we know, only 12 teams in the division.
Yeah.
And
first time in a long time there's been that few teams in Division One.
Yeah, I think you can get away with adding at least 4, at least.
I think the time has come.
Extend that to 16, and then I think it's a different conversation at that point. But we'll see. Portsmouth, of course, for years under Coach Fisher, were kind of second fiddle to Derryfield, came very close in a couple of those championships, and then got over the hump, so to speak, 2 years ago, knocked out the Cougars in the semifinals before beating Timberlane in the championship to capture Coach Fisher's first ring, and then they do it again last year. And now The challenge is, of course, can they win 3 straight? Well, so far so good, it looks like, as we near the midway point of this fourth quarter. They're on top 17-6
yes, indeed,
over their rival Winnacunnet. Meanwhile, a good clear off the turnover. It's Nowak. Now the Warriors look to escape. A little bit of defensive pressure. Drew Morelli out there, sophomore attack for the first time for Winnacunnet. As some of the Warrior backups getting a look here. Here's a good spin. It's White. Takes a tumble, draws a flag, hangs on to the ball for now, and then is buried by 2 Clippers before it's finally touched up by the goaltender to bring the whistle.
Yeah, I think that's going to be on number 13 with a hack.
Number 13, that's Andy Timerman.
No, he's got a official Richard indicated a hold
against Peters or Jackson.
No, it looks like Jackson.
Yep, Jackson down on his knee in the penalty box and explaining himself to the coaching staff. Jackson, one of these veterans, and was called the anchor last night of the defensive unit by Coach Vischer.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, he was a shining star last year. Oh.
Senior, multi-sport athlete, going to go to UNH, as we mentioned.
Is he going to play football at UNH?
Not that I know of.
So he's going to be a lacrosse guy.
Not that I know of. He's going to study engineering and focus on the academic side of things, according to his father. And
well, that'll make
again kind of leaning towards trying out for the UNH club lacrosse squad, which obviously you know a lot about.
I certainly do, and I know that Coach Houlihan will be very happy to see him. They're losing a couple of seniors on their starting defense this year.
There's a good play by Diem off the slide. Pokes it away from Ziatrowski and then comes up with it. Ziokowski, excuse me. Coming up on 5 minutes, fourth quarter. Clippers, after trailing most of the first quarter, have been in control ever since, enjoying their largest lead right now at 17-6. Meanwhile, a violation here. Get it right back to the Warriors, who waste little time with the restart. Quick shot. That's White. Ends up on the side of the net. Recovered behind the cage by Garofalo. Garofalo, 2 goals in that first half. In fact, both came in the first quarter. His second put the Warriors up 3-1.
And the wind is picking up.
Yeah. It's been off and on really all night here. Could be worse, though. Could have been colder, for sure.
And rainy.
Yep.
We've been here when it's rained before.
We avoided the cold and the rain, but not the wind. Meanwhile, a flag here. Now 4.5 to go. A lot of flags in that first half. And a penalty coming here.
Oh, going big time. 3-minute lock. Nope, and he gets a
stern
scolding.
warning towards Coach Vischer. Not sure what happened there, Roger. Didn't see it. That's Johnny Forrest, by the way, the midfielder who is in trouble.
Yeah. He's a junior, and
that happened away from the ball?
I got to tell you, I didn't see it.
Flag is down on the far side of the field, almost near the sideline.
The referee said there's no place like that, or no reason to do that on the field. No place in lacrosse. So I don't. He either did something or said something, or did a hack afterward. It looks like it might have been a hit, a slash afterward.
Coming up in the final 4 minutes. Warriors trying to make it a little more respectable on the scoreboard here, but instead the pass broken up, and now Jackson's on the move the other way. The senior constantly looking over that right shoulder and looking to get some help from his head coach here with a timeout. It's a good play by Jackson, who just came back out of the box.
Yeah.
So the timeout comes with 4:08 remaining.
Yeah. Makes sense. You got possession. You got a 3-minute lock. Watch for them to go circle, a big circle offense here, and just carry. Make Winnacunnet aggressively attack them on defense, and try to double up the ball where they can. Not always successful doing that when you try to double the ball, but watch for a wide set here and a lot of running.
Coming up after the game, we'll recap this one with stats and highlights and a final look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well. Bedford's starting to open it up over Concord. We'll get to that game and some of the final scores from earlier this afternoon. So don't go away after the final horn. We'll take our final break and then come back and close this one out. On a windy night here in the Port City. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe, Ian Maluski behind the camera for the first time here tonight, doing a great job. And we're glad to have all of you watching live, both statewide and nationwide and worldwide. By the way, Bedford's got a shutout going now as that game has reached halftime, 11-0 Bulldogs over Concord.
Yeah, Bedford's got something brewing. New culture there with a new coach, Drew Bordeaux, St. Anselm's alum. I saw him play for all 4 years that he was there. Got to know his family very well, his grandparents very well, believe it or not. And
I'll be looking forward to calling a couple of games with him.
Yeah, I heard that.
He's in the St. A's booth as the color guy, and I look forward to that. And I think we're going to try to get him on the show Monday in advance of Tuesday's game against Exeter. So,
super. Here's exactly the call that I made. Just keep a big circle, a lot of running, force the doubles in the corner, and just keep it going.
About the clock at this point, right?
Yep. Well, it's about getting a 3-minute lock expired, too, because you're down 1.
Yep.
And no matter how many goals Winnacunnet scores, that stays locked. Bad pass.
Yeah, Johnny Forrest still in the box down on his right knee.
Yep. And that's something that Coach Fisher's not going to be happy about.
A rare giveaway, right? A rare unforced error tonight for Portsmouth.
Yeah, I've said it many times on our broadcasts about just run with it. Why do you need to just run away from pressure? Yep, and this is a good timeout for Coach Snow.
3:19 to go. Coach Snow looking to close this one on a high note.
Absolutely.
After his club has trailed.
And, I mean, this is what you want. I mean, that penalty, I didn't get the time on it because I ran out of room on my penalty sheet. But they've got to have at least a couple of minutes left in this locked-in penalty on Portsmouth. And it's time to make some hay here. Run a couple of your plays, see what you can get out of this. And I hope they do. I hope they can look back at this fourth quarter and.
Well, every minute counts, right? Especially early in the season when you're not quite sure as a head coach what exactly you have here, and it's an opportunity for maybe some of those other players, so to speak, to catch the coach's eye here, right?
I don't know. I think I would keep my starters in here, and I think I would run my best EMO play and run another, because if we get one on this. We still got a guy in the box, and that's going to be a lock. So, let's see what we can pump out.
And again,
here.
they did cash in on 2 EMOs in that first quarter.
They did.
All right, White will put it in play as we head towards the 3-minute mark, fourth quarter. Winnacunnet's still down big here.
Yeah, watch for Caleb on this.
It's being face guarded on that weak side.
Yeah, smart play.
Who's the defender?
20.
Sawyer Bouvier for Portsmouth, who just came on, and the Clippers again are going to take it away.
Yep.
Good effort there on the weak side by Jackson Jones, who has just come on.
Take all the time you need here, bud. Oh, yep, you got to do that. You got to floor it.
And another
penalty, and they're offsides too.
Full
now
strength
they're off.
by the official.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the official is not happy. He's pointing at the players and barking here as play is continuing.
Yeah.
Still hasn't been touched up yet. 2:20 to go.
And there's no reason at all.
It's been a chippy game.
It has. I can't remember the last time we
Here's a big swipe by Maigret, and he's going to get tagged up here for his fourth penalty.
Wow.
And have a word with the official. It's Pat Richard down here on the left, and his partner looked genuinely upset with the developments here in this fourth quarter as he threw that flag.
Yeah, and Caleb White is just completely frustrated.
Going to be a slash against White.
Yeah.
And then another slash
against
Magrie.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's probably going to do it.
Again, 8 penalties in that first half against Winnacunnet. Avoided the flag for the most part in that third quarter, but
came right back at it. And I think that's more frustration, fatigue.
Yep.
A lot of fatigue on that last play there.
So the latest penalty comes with 2:15 to go, and now the Clippers are in a great spot to run out the rest of this clock.
Yeah, and the number 37 steps on the field for Portsmouth. That looks like it might be a freshie. No, he's Lucas Dracotos Jr. Yeah, now he's pulling him. Now get another
newbie.
Nick Davis.
Yep.
Sophomore.
Deep roster.
Yeah, well, look at the guys. I mean, it's almost like a college roster out there.
Final 100 seconds here. On a windy night in the Port City, it's been all Clippers, the 2-time defending Division II champions, about to open up at 1-0.
And another newbie out there, number 46 for the Clippers, Tristan Arp. He's a senior. So a lot of just get your feet wet on this, guys. Yeah, I like this. I like to see guys on the bench go deep, get a touch, move the ball. Yep, now you're getting pressured. There we go.
2 fresh Winnacunnet defenders in on the action, including the long pole, number 76, who's not on the roster. Turned over, Winnacunnet will take it, and we head to the final minute of this fourth quarter. Still 17-6. If it ends at that deficit, that's the largest at any point tonight. Largest lead for Portsmouth. Again, out of bounds with 49 seconds. Going to get a full ride here. Long pole in the middle. It's Finn Ingwerson, who had just checked in. And now a good clear by the pole on the far side. That's Jones. 30 seconds. Was Portsmouth's night tonight. A little bit of slow start out of the gate. Winnacunnet a 3-1 lead about midway through that first quarter, but then 11 straight really put this one to bed by halftime. They're led by Nick Smith at the X.
That's going to be
more rough play behind the cage, and a penalty coming against Laird Sullivan.
No, I don't think so. He just called a push.
Okay.
Yeah, loose ball push.
So Sullivan will avoid the box with 13 seconds. And the Clippers, I think, are content with swallowing this one and running out the final seconds. So that's going to do it. Portsmouth, a big win on their home field on opening night. The 2-time defending champs sending a message to the rest of Division II with a 17-6 victory. The highlight, of course, the 11 straight goals, which bridged the first and second quarters, built up a 12-4 lead at halftime and never really looked back.
Boy, I'll tell you what, aside from the penalties by actually both sides, including Portsmouth looks really, really tough out there. I don't know if there's anybody. We haven't seen a lot of games. I've watched a lot of stuff come through social media and talked to Ken Blaska from Timberlane, and I don't know who's going to be able to stop him out there.
Well, so far so good.
Well,
for
they'll
Coach
find
Fisher's
out next
crew.
week.
Yeah,
because they're playing Timberlane next week, and the following week they play Exeter. Both games will be here, by the way.
Right. So we'll know more in the upcoming weeks, but a good opening statement, we'll put it that way, for the 2-time champs as they win it 17-6. All right, final break, and then on the other side, the final post-game look, a recap with stats, highlights, and analysis, and, of course, the out-of-town scoreboard on opening day. Clippers a big win, 17-6 over Winnacunnet. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
17-6 is our final score tonight. The Clippers take care of business out of the gate, and the two-time defending D2 champs are off and running with their first victory in the bag over longtime rival Winnacunnet. This was a good start for the Warriors. They scored 3 of the first 4 goals of the game, led 3-1 about midway through that first quarter, but then 11 straight goals followed from Portsmouth. Nick Smith, almost perfect at the X tonight. Won all but one face-off, which fueled that run. They drew 8 penalties from Winnacunnet in that first half and built up a 12-4 lead at halftime. Third quarter, Warriors showed willingness to fight. Scored 2 and got as close as 10-6, but then 4 more followed from Portsmouth. Smith was good on attack tonight as well, led the way with 4 goals. And then kind of a chippy fourth quarter. We get to the finish line at 17-6. Portsmouth now 1-0. Winnacunnet will look for their first win on Friday against Derryfield.
Yeah, what can you say? We talked about it all night. Nick Smith, big night out there, controlling the face-off X. He actually won 25 face-offs tonight. Dieppe won that last one there, the long pole that came in for him. They looked sharp. Both teams had their issues with penalties, as we mentioned. Winnacunnet, they've got some talent out there. They need to be a little more disciplined. I know Coach Snow wished he had a little bit deeper bench. They looked a little tired in the third and fourth quarter here tonight. But Portsmouth is one of the tops in the state, in my opinion. I think they're fourth in the coaches poll, as we said. Man, it's going to be nice to see what they can do against Timberlane next week. Other
scores: Bedford, they've extended their lead to 11-1 now over Concord early in the third quarter. looking to join the D1 Winners Club tonight that includes Merrimack. Tomahawks took care of South by a score of 10-1. Dover topped Salem 10-4. In the lower divisions, Pembroke a win over Keene 9-6. Pelham no problem with Milford 11-2. Last night, Timberlane in a cross-divisional matchup knocked off Nashua North 18-3. And then we're right back at it tonight against Spalding. No problem against the Red Raiders, 18-1. So Timberlane a couple of wins already in the back pocket there for Coach Blaska.
Wow.
And Campbell, a big win tonight down in D3, 12-2 over Kearsarge. Roger, your final thoughts as we put this one to bed here in Portsmouth.
Well, I can't wait to see what Portsmouth does next. I guess is one of the things that I go away with here. They're an exciting team to watch. 11 straight goals, I believe, in this game for them. They look unstoppable. Wish we had more time to talk about the other teams like Timberlane and Derryfield, but we're just getting started.
Yep.
And it looks like it's going to be a very exciting Division II. And a good season for both teams here.
Absolutely. Good to have you back in the saddle, my friend, as usual.
Glad to be back
Looking
here.
forward to the next 10 or 12 weeks. And I want to thank Ian Maluski as well, our new cameraman, pinch hitting and doing a bang-up job out of the gate. Looking forward to working with him down the road as well. I want to thank our sponsors tonight, of course, Beals Insurance, MG Sports Fundraising, the New Hampshire Tomahawks, New Hampshire iPhone Repair, Roger Howe Real Estate, and, of course, Spectrum Monthly. We appreciate the ongoing support from those companies and our partners this spring. I want to thank Tom Kozlowski, the athletic director here at Portsmouth. Allowed me to pull the whip right up to the press box door to unload the car. We appreciate Tom and his staff.
Another good playlist to
here
start
in
the
Portsmouth.
pregame
Yes,
too. Love the 80s rock and roll he comes up with.
The mixtape is always on point here on the Seacoast. And, of course, got to thank our director, the man behind the curtain, Ben Beals, spearheading the setup over the phone earlier to make sure we were in good hands. And, of course, speaking of good hands, all overseen by the unseen hand, the big man in the big chair, the executive producer, Steve Beals, down in the Sunshine State. For Roger Howe, I'm Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time, Portsmouth 17, Winnacunnet 6. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.